Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new episode of FsPassengers. In this episode I decided to do a massive overhaul of the airline because I realized that I was getting a little bored of doing the same thing a number of times. At least a few too many times. So since I didn't want to be flying the Aero Commander 680 all the time, I decided to overhaul the fleet in order for me to have a bit more variety in the kind of flying that I want to be doing. So what I've done is, first of all, I've bought this Cessna 152 for $150,000. I'll just get the compliment. So we've got the 152 that I bought for 150k. We'll be using that one for sightseeing tours. I've bought myself a MOL M7 Orion for bush flying missions, especially the ones where you have to land on small dirt strips, which I think this aircraft will come in very handy. And then, last but not before I forget, we've got a Cessna 2 E7 for a shuttle run from Concord to San Francisco and back. And last but not least, we have an AC500 for a charter service for the more distant, well, for the longer haul flights, so ones that you would take about an hour or so to complete. This should give me a decent, this should give a bit more variety towards the series. Low-key a bit inspired by the series Ice Pilots NWT, since I've watched a ton of episodes of that the last couple of days. And I thought, wow, that was very interesting to look at. I should try something like that too. So here we are. Anyway, enough yapping. First of all, I've got to get myself in the right seating position. Bless you, Lasse. Okay. And so I decided to start off this video with a sightseeing tour of the valley. So without further ado, let's get going. Only one passenger because we only have... But how... Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Can I see my passenger yeah, let's take out some fuel. What is this? How heavy is my passenger? Oh, that's ridiculous. Set type, flight tour, real-time load. Start now.
Engine instrument check.
Yeah. Yep, this one over here. Close the door. Okay, and we are ready to go. Mixture full rich. Throttle open 1/4 of an inch.
Decision.
Okay. We have a good running engine. That's a Peter heat. Radio's on. Standby. 1200. Let her warm up. So allows me to do a flight control check. Wait. Not better. Yep, full free, correct. Check the flaps. Fully down and indicating. There we go. And let's request taxi. I'll do straight out.
Lima Alpha 519er Oscar. Request taxi for takeoff, departing straight out. Lima Alpha 519er, taxi to and hold short of runway 1 right. Taxiway Alpha Foxtrot. Contact tower on 123.9er, 1 ready. Taxiing, hold short, runway 1 right via taxiway Alpha Foxtrot. Lima Alpha 519er.
Shortest taxi ever. Also, get it ready for takeoff right away. And take clearance.
Contour Tower, Lima Alpha 519er, ready at runway 1 right, departing straight out. Lima Alpha 519er, cleared for takeoff, runway 1 right, straight out, departure approved. Cleared for takeoff, runway 1 right, Lima Alpha 519er.
Okay, and we'll flight take power when we are facing the right way. And there we go. We'll slightly back up the stick and I'll let her lift off on her own. There she goes. Suppressors are all in the green. And 200 feet above the ground. Further back in the mixture just to make sure it doesn't foul the spark plugs. Wait for 1,000 feet AGL and then turn off the landing lights. There you go, landing lights off. Yeah, I'll let it climb up to 2,000 feet or so, and then I'll... Weird sound. Okay. I think I heard something, but I don't know for sure. Travis approach. There we go. Everything's still looking good, which is lovely to see. Yeah, as I mentioned briefly on the ground, I have been watching Ice Pilot's NWT lately, the reality TV show that was made about Buffalo Airways in Yellowknife, Canada, and it was very cool to watch, to say the least. You can definitely tell that the guys over there are. Oh, wait, that's mine. Sorry, I was watching my fuel indicator. It's all looking good. Yeah, those guys flying the DC-3s over there are definitely built differently compared to. They're about as tough as the aircraft they're flying. And that also inspired me to make some changes to this series as well, because I'm a massive fan of bush flying and the kind of aircraft that are used for that type of flying. So it would be better to reflect that by buying a new set of aircraft that is overhauling the fleet in such a way that it would represent that. Well, represent the how do I put this? I was gonna go somewhere with this, but I forgot. So now we've got some smaller general aviation aircraft that can land pretty much anywhere. We'll be up to the job. Oh, be up to the task for pretty much anything that you'd ask from them. As long as it's within the envelope of the aircraft. Let's watch on the display. Block time is 10 minutes. We need a minimum of 8 for we need a minimum of 10 minutes airborne if we want to get the reward. I think keeping it about half an hour should be fine. So about 10 minutes in the air. Now I just have to fill another 20 or so. Fly along that mountain ridge a bit and then make our way back across the bay towards Concord. Also, I'm really starting to feel the I'm really starting to get a sense of how difficult it is to start an airline with only $250,000. At least I think we start with or was it $250,000? I don't. Was it $250,000 or $500,000? I don't remember. Anyway, how starting an airline with less than $1 million in today's money, it turns out to be a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Like, a lot of aircraft easily go for either $250,000 or up to 500,000. Well, for your smaller general aviation single engine aircraft, all the way up to easily $1 million for anything that has more than one engine. And the idea is to get let's say a few more aircraft for the same task, just so we have backup in the case one aircraft has to be pulled out of service. And well, also depending on how much demand there is for a certain type of flight. Because I don't know if I will be doing a lot of these sightseeing tours. These are mostly fun to do. These are usually for fun and not having to do super serious missions for a change. But for example, when I am going to be flying into smaller airstrips, that's when it gets a bit more serious, if you know what I mean. Luckily, in an urban area as San Francisco, or Northern California, I should say, the small bush airline isn't as much of a lifeline for local communities as it would be for, well, let's say an airline like Buffalo Airways, which is stationed in this example. this example, Yellowknife in the Northwest Territories. I do have to say though, I am feeling a bit more nervous flying a single engine aircraft than a multi-engine. Just because of that underlying... Oh. I'm always feeling a little more on edge flying a single engine aircraft because it only has one engine. And if that engine quits, I'm gonna have to land somewhere. Then it's suddenly going to be a matter of, can I find a suitable place to land in time? Also, the performance of this aircraft isn't the best. And I already had... It does feel a bit underpowered compared to... well, what I'm used to. Let's see, how are we time-wise? Time airborne, 17 minutes. I think we can go back to Concord now. And do something more serious. But that being said, I haven't done any short field landings in a while. So that might make things interesting. I might do a bush flying mission in between these couple of flights, just to get myself make myself familiar with the mall. Because I haven't flown that aircraft in... I'm actually gonna have to say years. I think the last time I flew it, I was probably like 15 or something. So it's... It's definitely been a while. One big advantage though, if something was to happen, I can always land on one of those roads there. This isn't Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, so if anything was to happen, I can always land on one of those fields, since high grass textures and rocks aren't modeled in this simulator. So I absolutely love this Cessna 152. It's so simple compared to pretty much everything else I fly in FSX or in real life. But I'd say the 152 that I sometimes fly in real life is a bit more. It does take a bit more skill to operate, to say it least. Especially when starting it up, because it doesn't really like start. It doesn't really like to start. It definitely takes a bit of no, how should I put it? Basically, when you start up, you have to crank the magneto switch. You have to crank it over with magnetos, and then pump the throttle to get it going. Definitely takes a bit to get used to if you only fly Rotax aircraft most of the time. And am I gonna fly over this mountain ridge? I'm not sure. I think I'll get into some turbulence if I do. So, and again, I'm only flying at 90 knots. I'm not gonna get shoved around. Or something. It's a calm day, so I'm sure I can handle it. I do wonder though, what aircraft should I buy next? Because that's always a thing to keep in mind when you're trying to build an airline in FsPassengers. Because when you add money into the mix, it suddenly becomes a lot harder to grow the airline. It definitely takes a lot of work. I do like that I have the fleet bonus turned on, because that way we can simulate that the other aircraft will do some flying in the meantime. Okay, let's announce arrival.
Majour Tower, Lima Alpha 519er is 5 miles northeast Quebec, land. Lima Alpha 519er, Majour Tower, right traffic, runway 1 right, altimeter 299er 2. Line right traffic, runway 1 right, Lima Alpha 519er.
There we go. We are pretty much configured for landing. All I have to do now is turn off the carb heat on final and lower the flaps. fly a beam to the runway. We will be flying a bit of a long base length, but I don't mind. There's no wind. Oh. Okay, clear to land. We'll be flying a bit of a short downwind, but I don't mind. I'll be using full flaps in this one. I was originally thinking about flaps 20, but it's a bit easier. Don't have to side slip as much. And turning final. Off. Final rows of flaps. And no more configuration changes. Okay, hold 60 knots. Please hold position. Thank you.
Concord Tower, Mooney, November
Well,
433.
bit off center, but that's
ready
okay.
at runway 1, right, north departure. Mooney, November 4336 Echo, hold short, runway 1, right, traffic is on short fine. Lima Delta 519er, turn next taxiway. Hold short, runway 1, right, Mooney 36 Echo.
And there we go.
Lima Delta 519er, contact ground on 121.9er. Mooney, November 4336 Echo, cleared for takeoff, runway 1, right, north, departure, approved.
Wasn't my best landing, but that's okay.
Runway 1, right, Mooney 36 Echo, going to 121.9. Concord ground, Lima Delta 519er, taxi to parking. Lima Delta 519er, taxi to general aviation parking, using taxiway Charlie Alpha. Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Charlie Alpha. Lima Delta 519er.
And there it goes. Oh. Also, if you're wondering why my flight simulator looks a little bit different lately, I'll make a video on that at some point this year. But I'm definitely happy with the way it looks and feels now. FsX is still one of the most customizable flight simulators on the market. And if you are on a bit of a budget and don't want don't really care too much about realistic, well, about having the most accurate flight dynamic models and that sort of thing, then this is care more about the fun of flying an aircraft. Then FSX still can hold up a candle very well compared to X-Plane and the newer Microsoft Flight Spider and B3D. Let's not forget those guys. Anyway, we've got a happy customer. Let's send him to the checkout. Also, why would it take 30 seconds to leave a Cessna 152? Heck if I know, I get out in 5 seconds if I have to. Anyway, and flight. Ah, there it is. $3,000, not bad. Did we use any fuel? Yeah, $10. I might buy a Cessna 172 for this aircraft at some point. Well, I thought the ticket price was high, so it should be 92%. Well, in that case, I'll lower the ticket price. I had increased it a bit to get some more, well, more out of the passengers, but I guess that doesn't really work. Well, easy pickings, I guess. Sort by aircraft name. I think I'll sell this one because I don't think I'll be. I think I'll be spending more money in this one than actually making money with it. So I'll get rid of it. And that, my friends, is how you do finances. Totally follow this as good financial advice. Please take good care of your money. Don't in real life at least, don't do what I just did. This is just for entertainment purposes only. Anyway, I'm gonna go take a break and do some flying in the mall off screen, and I'll be back later.